And we are back.
We are back, bumblebees. What?
I had my ear folded over. How's everybody's evening doing? It's Sunday tonight. We're going to be doing a single video breakdown, something that I saw on TikTok that royally pissed me off. I became a full-on male Karen.
Yeah.
And I then we should just do a big like trauma dumping, drama filled jelly donut style of an email.
Oh, those are my favorite donuts. That and Boston cream pie.
Oh, yeah.
Boston cream donut.
We got people in the chat saying they're here from TikTok.
Oh, thank you for coming from TikTok, guys.
For all of you guys who are watching that are joining from TikTok currently, if you subscribe to the channel, your name will pop up on the screen. So you'll get to see it. It's pretty cool. You should try it. Nudge, nudge.
Wink,
subscribe.
wink.
Wink, wink.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want to jump? You want to do the video first?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and hit that monitor.
You got it.
This I'm gonna fuck this video.
Go.
Here you go. It's free today?
What is?
Oh, the coffee. Today's MILF Monday. It's like our new thing here at Dunkin'. It's like we're just like trying to give back to the local MILFs of the community.
I was gonna say, and you're giving out 20s?
$20 make you holler. You get the 20.
All right. So I'm not gonna go any further than that.
I did not hear the $20 make you holler comment.
So there's no way that was just some random person, right? Because he was recording the whole thing. Somebody's not going to allow that interaction to happen, right?
Right.
And like he's at work. That's one of those things that would absolutely get somebody fired, right? So we know,
Right.
logically, I know that was a whole setup thing for a skit to do a video. All I could think of is what would happen if you were having a moment, right, in a drive-through and somebody said some shit like that to you. Could you imagine having a bad day and somebody doing that? Like, and all you want is your coffee and to get the fuck out of the drive-through?
Yeah. Not to be sexualized or viewed as an object. Yeah.
And then I thought about what would happen if you called me from the parking lot and was like, babe, somebody just fucking called me a MILF in the Dunkin' drive-through and made a sexual advance at me and essentially hinted that they wanted to trade coffee for some ass. How that would play out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would take a lot for me to compose myself. I'd cause a fucking scene in that Dunkin's.
So the comment section on that video was overly positive.
Oh, it made me sick.
People were like, good for her. She deserves that.
Made her
Like, you made her day. Da 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 da.
No.
So me, being the calm, relaxed individual that I am, who never gets overly passionate or like triggered about anything.
No, never.
Sent it to our Discord. It was like, guys, how does this make you feel? Like, I need to know if I'm reacting to this inappropriately.
Right.
And all the women in the Discord was like, this is inappropriate, right?
Yes.
And all I could think of is like, yo, I just got offended on behalf of another person. I've become a Karen. Like, I'm going to need I need to speak to your manager haircut now. I'm going to have to get a wig and like go that whole process because that would have really fucking pissed me off.
Yeah.
If you would have come home and been like, yo, this just happened, I would have went back up there.
Yeah.
It would have been a very bad situation for everyone involved. Like, I just, where have we gone in terms of like the ability to be able to pay a compliment? Right?
Because now it's just about getting ass.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And that was purely transactional.
It was.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man.
Calm down, Kyle.
It used to
Yep.
be such an art
Talking
of
to women
courting a
is an art.
lady.
It is.
Like, it used to be. I mean, some men still practice that art, but I think that art is withering and suffocating.
So are you saying, what up, girl? What that mouth do? That's not like, there's no skill behind that.
No. I too can sit on a skateboard and say that I'm doing it.
Bruh. That shit pissed me off so bad when I watched it and I started to make a video and I was like, you know, if I make this video, people are going to be like, I can't believe he's getting offended on behalf of other people because I'm like, you shouldn't do that. But in that situation, all I could think of is if that was you in the drive-thru, how I would handle that. If he was like, hey, you look like you're having a rough day, coffee's on me. I hope this makes you smile, right? Fucking go you. You got free coffee from that shit. The moment that MILF line dropped, like, mother, I'd love to fuck.
Yeah.
Bro, you just crossed the line.
Yeah.
You just crossed a big fucking line. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I would absolutely love to live a moment where I watch you bust into a building and go, "What the fuck did you just say to my wife?"
You don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Nope.
I know that there's going to be fallout afterwards, and that part is a lot. But I think the defending of my honor would really.
This would be one of those things where, like, here's my wallet. Here's a piece of paper with all the credit card pins.
Mm-hmm.
Safe combination in case you don't have it. I've contacted Rachel at the bank. She knows you're coming. Meet me at the courthouse in an hour. I'm going to need some bond. You just don't do that.
Yeah.
You just don't fucking do that. Like,
No.
I don't know.
And all the people in that comment section are normalizing it.
Yeah.
Like, I am a woman, and I am saying that shit makes me uncomfortable. I would prefer it if men don't talk to me that way. And there are very clearly a bunch of other women who agree with that. And that comment section is just, for views, normalizing it.
Yep. It had 230,000 views on it. Or, I'm sorry, 230,000 likes on it when I saw it come across my For You. Yep. I would have been like, bro, since you're so eager to get some booty, you look like my old cellmate. He had a tight ass. Come on, cutie. Let's go. I'd be winking at him and shit, blowing him kisses, and I'd be waiting in the parking lot until he got off of work. Yeah. Shit would have got weird. I'd have ruined his fucking life.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some, now that I've pissed myself off all over again, let's do some emails because those are fun.
I like how protective you are.
I'm all sweaty now. Like
Yeah?
it's cold in here. I'm wearing a hoodie and sweatpants. I'm actually sweating under this now. Like it's all it took. It's all it took.
I feel so safe with you.
Can't imagine. The irony in all of that is we saw that while we were in the Dunkin' drive-thru. It happened right after we made that B video.
It was.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Because this is titled, Co-parenting chaos and failing communication.
Okay. Well, I mean, at least it was a creative title.
Yeah.
Ashley Fur said, moved here from TikTok. Just want to say thank you. Your advice has helped save my marriage. Ashley Fur, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, your name will pop up on the screen. So not only will you have heard me say it twice, the shit will be on video. Nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink.
Subscribe, people.
Are we getting into this? All right, so there's a little editor's note that says that there are screenshots of messages included in this and that it changed the opinion about the email. So do we want to read the messages before or after?
I don't know. I'm just along for the ride. Zach, what would you like us to do, sir? This is your department.
Yeah, you run this show, my guy. What are we doing?
For those of you who are sending super chats, thank you. And know that we will absolutely be reading those in a little bit. We're going to get through the email and then we'll do the super chats. If you send a super chat at $50 or more, we will stop the podcast, read the super chat. We were supposed to shout out an anniversary for one of our patrons.
Oh, I screenshotted that too.
You got it?
I did.
Okay, can you do that? Because I didn't.
Yeah.
I'd have to log in. Good fucking call on us. We were both prepared. One of us would have remembered.
All right, screenshots. That's not it. Can somebody play some music or something?
Read the messages after and see if I'm off base.
Okay. It's the wedding anniversary, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So this is from Ryan Davis. Am I reading the whole message? Or I'm just
Shout
shouting?
out the anniversary is what he asked
All
for.
right. So shout out to your guys' anniversary, you and Jennifer. February 3rd, 2023. And he says, Jennifer, 2023, I love you. He did the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dope. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for screenshotting that
that.
because I knew that I needed to do it and I didn't screenshot it.
I got you, babe.
We're a team.
I'm your second brain.
Yes. You are bigger than my third brain.
I'd hope so.
Oh, I just got that.
I'm just thinking with my dick.
I'm over here responding to chats and wait, what?
That's funny.
Okay, after. We're reading it after.
Yeah, read the messages after.
Okay. Hey, Chris and Peaches. I'm going to jump straight into it as best as I can with the energy I possess right now. So, God willing, this makes sense to you both. I am 25 years old and my partner is 30. He has a 6-year-old daughter with his ex of 9 years. We have been together for a year, and it's been tricky, no lies there.
It's tricky.
It's tricky. Dun, 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 dun. What was that?
Time to rock her, route to rocker.
Hey, it's tricky. What was that snowboarding game?
SSX tricky.
That was so much fun.
Yep.
I was so good at that game. It was stupid.
Game on. It's on PlayStation Network.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Can we do that tonight?
Yeah, I think you guys should do a TikTok just play.
I would fucking wreck you at that game.
Do split
You
screen.
think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Ooh, y'all smell it.
I would also like to place a wager on Call of Duty 1v1.
No, you got me on that.
Okay.
I don't like shooter games. I mean, I do, but not like first. You know that they got a new Zombies out.
Really? I did not know that.
It's open world. So there's other players on the map and you guys can link up and fight shit. Yeah. Modern Warfare 3 came out. Sean was talking about it in the gym the other morning.
That's pretty dope.
Yep. All right, we have to get back to the email. This is going to be a fucking night.
Okay. My partner's last relationship, she cheated with DV and rec usage. Oh, like drugs? Mm-hmm. All right. My last relationship, he cheated with DV and he was an alcoholic. Due to trauma and learning to live with my mental health on a... What did we check on that?
Somebody was like, you guys just started a course over in our living room.
I love that. I think like a potluck karaoke situation for a meet and greet would be so much fun.
Hey, Alexa, play lip gloss.
Hey!
That worked for somebody. At
It
least
did.
one person's got that
Yeah.
shit playing in their fucking living room now. Sorry. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Probably. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Due to trauma and learning to live with my mental health on a day-to-day basis, it took 3 years for me to get back to being me as best as possible before moving into a new relationship again. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm burpy. Excuse me. Pardon me. So, it took 3 years for me to get back to being me as best as possible before moving into a new relationship again. I don't want to go back to being the me that I was before the relationship.
It triggered their fucking Alexas. Oh man, you know what I should have done was Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up instead. I could have
Yeah.
just rickrolled them across the internet. Oh man,
That's funny.
that it is. That's good. I have to make a note of other things because my brain's
Okay.
going.
Toxic by Britney Spears should be one.
Yeah.
That's such. Oh God, I love her.
Toto, Africa,
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh man.
the safety dance.
The safety dance. All right. So, in saying that you were going to get back to being you as best as possible, it should be a new evolution of you. In my opinion. Going back to who you were before a relationship is impossible because
Yeah.
you have new experiences now. There's new thought processes, new traumas maybe.
Yeah. The idea of going back in time will never happen.
Yeah.
You will never be that person you were before that. Situation won't either.
Meeting my partner was lovely and refreshing due to the current dating culture. We met through friends, exchanged details, and talked for 5 to 6 months before he invited me out to dinner and we started dating. Now to the point as directly as I can. His daughter and I have grown a close bond, which his ex is completely accepting of and had stipulated to me that she only wants the best for her daughter and can see I care for her little girl. Her and I have had only a couple of interactions, which have been pleasant and nothing but respectful, which I hope will stay this way because she will be a part of my life now. Well, that's good.
That sounds healthy.
Right, that's dope.
We co-parent really well with your with the kids, dad and wife, woman, fiance,
Lady.
lady.
My partner and I are struggling with communicating at the moment with a lot of things. His main reasons are because of his distraction with a new potential career. I completely understand this, as we both agreed that one day, when we are financially ready, we would try for a child of our own and allow the upbringing of said child to be with a stay-at-home mom present and father being the sole provider, similar to my upbringing.
I fuck with that too.
I support him on his new journey of life, but I'm finding it difficult to hold his attention on things that, in my eyes, are important or would have sustenance in regards to his daughter. He and his ex have struggled immensely with communicating, from stonewalling, antagonizing each other, putting themselves and their needs above their child's. I've attached the screenshots he sent me, bragging about how he fed it to her. Is that an English thing? She said mum earlier.
Yeah, that's an English
Fed
thing.
it to her. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he included screenshots bragging about how he kind of shit on his ex, his child's mother. Childish.
Yeah, but what is that? Oh, it's his water.
I'm trying to do it away. Sorry.
Doesn't that tell you a lot about the man that you're with?
Yeah, it does.
Like, that would have been a huge fucking wait a minute for me.
Yeah. The sharing of screenshots like that.
Yep.
Yeah. As an outsider in some way looking in over the past 7 months whilst I was actively involved with the care of their little girl, these are some of the things that are worrying me and I need an opinion on. 1, I do the whole motherly thing for their daughter when she is in our care, week on, week off. Cooking, cleaning, school run, playing, interacting, and so on. I have no issue with doing these things. In fact, I love being a stepmom. But I'm struggling to communicate to my stepdaughter when she asks me to play Adopt Me or Can You Be My Mummy Today? I find it slightly overwhelming.
They're not married, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to double check. And it says partner.
And how old is the kid?
9.
9. Don't you think that with a fragile mind of a child, when they say things like that, you can guide the conversation in a way that gives them a win, but still doesn't take over the position of her actual mother?
Right.
Like, we can absolutely do that today. I'll be your guardian. Like, I'll be your protector. We'll do those things. You know what I mean? A child's imagination is destroyed by the school system and us, right? Because kids are creative. We have plastic coat hangers from Walmart that are birds to our son.
Yeah.
And
Helicopters.
And every time he's got them, I'm like, what are those today, bro? And he tells me, I'm like, cool, have fun with that shit. Like, they were free. That's the best toy in the world is your imagination. I encourage the hell out of that. I don't want to squander that. I want our kids to be free thinkers and to be able to use their imagination and to craft the most amazing stories to themselves. If nothing else, they'll be great dungeon masters, right? Like,
Yeah.
fucking nerd.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that that teaches them problem solving later in life because they're able to think outside of the constraints that has been forced upon their young brains. So that is a problem for me. And it's not a problem in I can't believe you won't do that for her, but what would the harm really be in just placating that imagination for the day? You're already doing those things.
Right. So I have conversations with the kids you understand that this is make-believe, right? So in that situation, I would have a conversation of, I can pretend to be your mom today. You understand your mom is your mom, though.
Right.
I am not your mom. This is pretend. Those kinds of conversations are okay to have. It also helps the child base themselves in reality because sometimes imagination can become a little too much.
Yeah.
And it becomes integrated into their reality.
Getting new patrons.
Are
So,
we?
yeah. So thank you guys for those of you who are actually
Welcome.
Yeah. So for those of you who are actually becoming patrons, thank you for that. We have merchandise still on the website. If you are looking into we have the Choose Your Hard shirts. We still have some accountability shirts, his and her shirts, tattoo shirts, the Protect Her shirts, the Burn the Fucking Ship shirts. I want to do another shirt release in like March, but I want to blow through some of the stock that we have before we do that. So if you guys are looking to get shirts, once these are gone, they're gone. The only one that we will probably continue to reprint is the accountability shirt because that seems to be our biggest selling shirt, and I don't want new fans to not be able to get those shirts.
Right.
So,
We also sell coffee, guys.
yeah, To Be Better Brew.
If you want to check it out, there's coffee and teas. Back into the email.
Yes, ma'am.
I approach him as calmly as possible with my concerns about how to explain these things to her or if it's worth it, and he won't even raise his eyes from his phone to answer me or acknowledge my concerns.
What's with the long pause?
Because there's really not a lot there for me. Like, what is he in the middle of doing? Is he responding to work emails when you're trying to have this conversation? Is he choosing to ignore you and play some match game on his phone? Like, timing matters.
Timing absolutely matters.
If you are, like, how are you approaching the conversation? You're saying calmly as possible. Well, that means that you are not calm. You're as calm as you can be. So
That's a good point. That was a good catch.
right. So I think when I'm in the midst of an episode that I'm being calm as shit and you're like, babe, you need to chill.
Yeah, this is the first relationship ever in my life where it was okay to be like, hey, I need you to calm down right now.
It worked.
And it worked.
It worked.
I did that shit to her the other day, and I was like, hey, you told me I can do this, so I'm going to do it, right? And like, full like waiting to see if something's going to get thrown at me kind of shit. And you're like, no, you're right. I needed to hear that. And I was like, it sucked to hear though, didn't it? And you're like, yes.
But you said it with a smile, so it softened the blow a little bit.
Yeah. One of the things that works really well for us, because I am on my phone more than I want to be.
Yeah.
Although I the do not disturb function has been on my phone a lot. I have not been being bombarded with shit. But having you walk up and go, hey, what are you working on right now? Because if I'm on YouTube watching e-bike shit, you'd be like, okay, and I'll put my phone down. You have my undivided attention. But if I'm emailing one of our managers, or I'm talking to AJ, or I'm talking to Zach, and I need 30 seconds to finish typing my text to not lose my thought, you can wait 30 seconds. I would rather you wait than talk to me and then me have to go, I'm sorry, I only caught half of what you said. Can you repeat yourself?
Right.
Because nobody likes to repeat themselves. I hate that shit.
Continue on.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, bullet point 2. He displays jealousy when stepdaughter asks me to help her or refuses her daughter's affection to be held by me or to be in my company over his. So I actually had a conversation with the kid's stepmom this morning because I noticed something within our household. The kids come to me about everything. And then I'll be like, oh, you have to go talk to Pops about that. And then they'll go to you because you are a busy man. You do a lot of things. I am the primary parent in our household. And I was talking with their stepmom and I was like, is that like that here? Or like, do they go to dad first? And because you're stepmom, like, are you the secondary? And she goes, no, they come to me. It's a nurturing, motherly thing.
Right. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Right. So my question would be, why is he taking it so personally?
You would think as a parent that having that extra hands-on is something you would have gratitude for. Like, hey, I really wait until this chick starts like her menstrual cycles, and that has to be a thing. You're gonna be real fucking grateful that other woman is there, and you don't have to
Right.
be involved in that. Somebody just bought a burn the ship shirt. Thank you for
Ooh,
that.
hell yeah.
I want to get Brandon on the podcast. I want to do a dad segment with him.
Okay.
He agreed to it. Did I tell you
Oh,
that?
hell yeah. No, you didn't. That's dope.
Yep.
I think that would be fantastic.
I think it would be a good way to talk about the struggles of co-parenting, because it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to always see eye to eye with somebody else's parenting styles, and knowing that him and I are close, it's worked. Like,
Yeah.
so maybe we can be like, hey, well, what do you feel about this? Well, I don't know. What do you feel about this? Maybe we can have those kind of talks. I don't know. It's something I want to do, but I want to have a structured route of action for the conversation, and not just, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I don't know.
Right.
Twiddle thumbs.
Back into the email.
Yes'm.
I have tried to speak to him about not wanting to overstep boundaries or step on toes, and it's again swept under the carpet until it's then thrown in my face when an argument arises that I'm not an actual parent and I don't understand. Okay, so an argument is two people acting in that conversation. I don't think somebody can have an argument with themselves because they're not arguing their own point,
Right.
right? So I would not participate in the argument. It's either we're going to have a conversation about this or we're not. I'm not going to fight with you because I've tried to approach you about this conversation and you just stare at your phone.
Fair.
Yeah. Any thoughts?
I think that adding the and you just stare at your phone part is kind of a dig. And that part could probably be left out, but otherwise I agree. If somebody's coming at you with hostility, that's kind of fair play because it is a dig.
Right, but I'm not saying that with hostility. It's factual.
No, I said if somebody else is coming at you with hostility.
Oh, gotcha.
So like if the person is trying to have a conversation and they're trying to argue with you, like you said, and you're like, we're not going to do this. We'll have a conversation. And they're being hostile, then you can throw like, every time I've tried to talk to you about this in the past, you've been too busy on your phone.
Yeah.
It's a different conversation than them being calm about it, trying to have a conversation and you throwing that in their face.
Right.
So I was just saying, like, I guess there's a time and place for a dig.
Okay. Bullet point 3, one of my biggest concerns is that I'm potentially being a pawn in his attention game, or I already am one.
It didn't say how long they were together.
No.
Why would you send an email and leave out crucial details? Like, that fucking matters. If you guys have been together for 3 months, don't email me. Don't email Peaches. Don't be like, hey, we need help. You've been together for 3 fucking months. Like, you're not even courting. You just jumped right into playing mom and dad. Like,
It's
what
a year.
the fuck? Okay.
They've been together for a year.
Okay.
But I agree with everything you just said. I got no advice for someone who's having issues at 3 months.
Right. You should have done a whole lot more research.
Yeah.
Y'all spend more time Googling your favorite apothecary or herbal remedy or Tylenol than you do fucking asking questions about the people that y'all are doinking. God, Peach just said, y'all have higher standards in your toilet paper than you do in the people you fuck. I was like, oh my God, I
Jesus.
can't believe you
What?
said that. That was genius.
When was that?
It was
Oh,
on one of the
gosh.
podcasts last year.
One of the earlier ones,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm writing that down.
Yeah, it said a year.
Yeah.
Chat said, I thought they said a year. They did.
Yeah, it was a year. Okay.
Before we move on, Monica Strada said, where would I go on Patreon to buy the his and her shirts? You don't. You get it from our website. Somebody hit the merch chat in there a minute ago, so it's there. Steve did. So you can click that, and it'll take you to the shirts. You guys actually read those, because we wrote those.
We did, yeah.
Without knowing each other's idea. Like, we sat down separately, wrote them, and came together and be like, okay, what'd you write? And then we cried.
Yeah, we did. We did cry. So he has come from a highly dysfunctional upbringing, and his past relationship was very different and detrimental on him. I find when things are good and somewhat peaceful in our lives that he'll do or say anything to cause drama.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's
exhausting.
Yeah, it's somebody who thrives in chaos.
Yeah.
They're uncomfortable with peace because they're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, or because that's how they get their attention needs met.
Right.
Fuck that. I'm good on that run.
I am good on that. I feel exhausted and I want to take a step back, not from the relationship, but in how emotionally invested I am. Okay, so you want to be roommates. Like, I don't understand, like, not leaving the relationship, but being less emotionally invested. Like, then why are you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I would need an elaboration on that because that doesn't make sense to me either.
I'm trying to... What?
Apparently, the doinking thing was good because there was comments in the chat, and then I just got a text message from Dakota. Everybody enjoyed that, apparently.
That's funny.
Wow.
I'm trying to, but I'm struggling. He tells me constantly I care too much and to chill out, hard to do with PTSD. But I try not to let this be an excuse as to why I am medicated and see my therapist fortnightly.
I would really have liked him email.
Yeah. Tells me I constantly care too much and to chill out, hard to do with PTSD. So you are there acknowledging that you do overreact. Or you will die on the hill of something because your PTSD is triggered, even though it's not based in reality, right? It's based in that past experience that you had. Could be, hypothetically. The people I confided in for somewhat outsider's opinion have had nothing constructive to say other than, leave, you're young, you knew it wouldn't be easy when you got into this. His childish behavior in regard to how he talks to his ex-partner flare me to overthink and Google deep dive, which is making me question basically everything.
See? Told you you'd spend more time on Google.
What? His childish behavior in regard to how he talks to his ex-wife flare me to overthink and Google deep dive. What are you Google deep diving? Like their relationship? Are you like stalking her on social medias?
I have a lot that I want to say about this because already, like, she said that everybody's telling her that she should run. They're a year into a relationship.
Right.
If you are already having problems a year in, maybe this just isn't it. Because even if you both are willing to do the work to change, to become the person that your person needs you to be, do you really want to change everything about who you are to placate somebody that you currently can't get along with? Right? Like, sometimes it's okay to be like, hey, this was fun. You were great in bed, but I'm good. Like, I gotta go. This is not it. Thanks for the coffee. Breakfast was great. Gotta go. I just don't understand why you would prolong the inevitable so early on in a relationship when there's problems. I don't understand anyone who has a problem, like a legit problem in their relationship in the first year. Because the rose-colored glasses are on, everything is lustful,
Obsession.
Like the obsession phase is there. If like that's a huge red flag to me. When people are like, we've been together 6 months, we argue nonstop. How?
About what?
Right. Yep. Yep. How? How are you having problems already? I just don't get it.
It's because it's not meant to be.
You see the HTML code that he just did?
Fucking Zach, I
Fucking
love you,
nerd.
buddy. I love you so much.
He put the HTML code for red.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's yeah.
MySpace jokes.
Back into the email.
Focus, woman.
Okay, we're coming back. Ronald Reagan. My mind was going Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, no, he was the governor.
The governor.
Okay. I have spoken with him about possibly being more direct and only communicating when necessary about their daughter. He agrees and then continues to send her essays long messages of justification and way too much detail, in my opinion, on things that he and I both know she doesn't care about or needs to know. Yeah, you can't make him change that.
Well, wait a minute. So what is it that he's giving details about? Because if it's details about the kid, she does need to know that.
Right.
She's the parent. If he's giving details about you farted in the car today and rolled the windows up and thought it was funny, she doesn't need to know that. That's a moment for you guys. So, like, what are the details about? If they're about the kid, he can be as detailed. Motherfucker can write a novella if he wants to. I don't understand why that's an issue.
Yeah.
Is the issue that he's talking to his ex? Because if that's the case, just say that.
Okay.
Oh, $50 super chat. Got to interrupt.
Okay.
Katrina Shields said, "To Be Better Brew is the best. I got some of the samples and I love being able to try them before buying a full bag. We'll definitely continue ordering from them. Thanks, Chris and Peaches. Also, Peaches, the lip color is an amazing color."
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
This is one of my favorites so far.
Yeah. I like the one that you were wearing yesterday and the one that got stuck on your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the dark reds on you. That porcelain skin and them dark red colors just fucking does it for me.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, for those of you who are curious about the To Be Better Brew coffee, the pecan pie, my favorite.
That is your favorite. All right, back into the email. He criticizes her parenting style and skills constantly. When I suggest to him to go to court or say anything slightly ill about his ex, he attacks me or contradicts and corrects me. He's going through his own bullshit right now. Like, if he is traumatized by his ex in any way, they are still within that toxic cycle. His interactions with her are constantly triggering him.
Right.
So he is living, it sounds like, in a PTSD cycle with her because he can't just not talk to her. I wouldn't take that personally either. I would just stop talking to him about his ex.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and is that fair though?
What do you mean?
I mean that in doing that, she has to remove herself from the equation of a very large part of their life. If they're living together and co-parenting with this woman, and she has to no longer have discussions about her to him because he cannot control his emotions, that's a fucking problem.
It is a problem.
And to remove that from like the situation where they can't have that open dialogue is going to create a whole lot of animosity.
It is.
Yeah, oh man.
But she said she doesn't want to leave. So if that's a solution that she's fine with living with and not being included in on things.
I'm willing to put money on that this doesn't work.
Oh, I believe that too.
Yeah. Yep.
I have no idea if any of this makes sense, purely because I'm sending this at a late hour after a big day. But watching the nagging podcast makes me nervous that I'm nagging, which I most definitely am in some way or another. Okay. So, are these out of order?
Are we to the screenshots?
Yeah, this is to the screenshots.
Are we through that whole email already?
Yeah, I guess the rest of it looks like 5 pages are screenshots.
Oh, man.
4 pages are screenshots.
So full disclosure, when we read these screenshots, these things make me feel like I'm full on busybody in somebody's shit.
Yeah.
And though I normally don't want to read them, I am fucking intrigued because Zach was like, it changed my view of the email. So now I need to know. But I don't like reading screenshots of other people's conversations. It makes me feel intrusive.
Right. I can't tell what I'm looking at. Like, is this a conversation between him and his ex only?
While we wait on Zach, I'm going to answer the person whose name I butchered earlier, and I'm not going to try to say it again because last time apparently I said it wrong. We have whole bean and ground coffee on the website.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the father to the mother.
Okay. He said, I believe it's been a minute.
So this is the screenshots discussing when the child would be picked up.
Okay.
Right? So Thursday, she says, child's at school, so I'm assuming you're picking her up today, meaning Thursday. Father says, yes, I am. She says, enjoy your born day. Father says, I will. I'm assuming this is Friday. Mother messages him, say you're keeping the child over the weekend. Father says, no, it's your weekend with her. Mother says, okay, I wasn't sure because your communication is shit house. I'll grab her today.
Why is that necessary?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. That's poking the bear. That's exactly what that is.
Tell me you haven't gotten over our breakup without telling me you haven't gotten over our breakup.
I had to lean into this one because that's very tiny.
She says, I think you've got it backwards. Father is right side.
Father is right side. Okay. So father says, I'm at school. I'm assuming you're picking her up today. So the father said, okay, I wasn't sure because your communication is shithouse.
Okay.
So father said that. So the mother sends a screenshot that says, this is so fucking confusing. So the father says, we'll be getting the child Thursday as good out to dinner with mom. And then the mother says, okay, well, I'll be sure to talk to Dr. Phil. She will be fine. Mother-in-law does a good job as a grandmother, more than I can say about my piss shit family. So the father says that doesn't explicitly say that you will have, when you will have and won't have her. Just, I'm picking her up Thursday. You will need to pick her up Friday. Also, when the time comes, the child will be coming to watch me graduate, whether you like it or not. If the child can eat dinner for your 29th birthday, she will be coming to QDL and VIC to see to see me graduate military training. Continued on as the father. So don't pull some pathetic, wah, first time on a plane with me bullshit. Just because you don't want to see me succeed, and you're just an envious, spiteful human being that's choosing to be a see you next Tuesday as some pathetic way to try and piss me off.
Where the hell did that come from?
I have no clue.
And that was the father that had wrote that?
That's the father writing that.
Okay, so dude's not stable.
No,
Like, that
he
was
is
a
not.
normal conversation to, like,
Yeah.
okay.
Dude is not okay. Not in control of his emotions.
Right.
He continues on to say, then pull some, I'm her mother. Of course you wouldn't understand how I feel. Newsflash, I'm her father. Or did that lapse your mind? I don't believe it did, because she has to be in contact with you regularly and deals with this. He continues to say, get over it. I'm the one who did fly in and out to help provide for our family and to buy you shit that you just ended up selling on Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, pretty sure it would make more sense from where I'm standing for her to go on a plane with me or your mother to celebrate what will be the biggest success of my life. Typical of you, though, have to try to make it about yourself, even if you do stop her from coming to see me, because you're just can't hack me doing well for myself and being happy. Guess what? You're never going to be able to stop me from being happy and doing well for myself, so enjoy your weekends.
I feel like I need a fucking bath and a nap.
Yeah, I want to drink
That
like a whiskey, and I don't drink whiskey.
That's so exhausting.
Yeah, I would have just responded with like the BetterHelp hotline.
Yeah, I'd have blocked him. And then I would have
Like-
went to court for custody of my kid.
Holy shit.
Right? Like, things are about to get real ugly because you can't control your emotions and can't talk to me like a fucking adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stand by your friends who said that you should fucking get out of this.
I agree.
Knowing that she's read these screenshots and that he's treating his ex this way, what do you think is going to happen to you in 5 or 6 years when you're now the ex? Because this isn't going to work.
Yeah, I wonder how he already speaks to her. Like, if there is no line that he won't cross with the mother of his child,
Right.
specifically a 9-year-old daughter, like the example that he's setting for her future relationships.
Relationships. You had it right the first time. Relationships. This is
Okay.
garbage.
Yep.
I would not tolerate.
I wouldn't either.
That stressed me out. I'm going to eat.
This is one of those things that really does come down to, like, if you're not with someone, you don't have to tolerate that anymore. Mm-hmm. You don't have to engage or indulge in anything that disrupts your peace. Like, you don't. It's a choice, and you could be doing it because you have your own justified reasons in your mind, like, I'm trying to keep the peace and this is going to placate those things. But in his scenario, that's not the case, because he's kicking the fucking beehive every time he sends her text messages. Mm-hmm. Absolutely no reason for that. You guys want to hear something really stupid? Do you ever get bruises and then touch the bruises to see if they hurt?
Yep.
So we bought an adventure bike. We bought a Honda 300L Rally so that Peaches can learn how to ride an adventure bike and we can do the adventure bike thing. Well, I bought it more for me, but it's going to be hers. And I was putting the crash bars and the skid plates and all that shit on it. I'm laying underneath that bike the other night and I've got a breaker bar on the motor mounts and I'm fucking giving this thing everything I have, and that breaker bar slipped off and hit me right in the nose. Bam! Nose bleeding, and now everything is like bruised underneath of here. And it's not as bad as it was because it hurt to like smile the other day. It's been like 4 days, but it's still pretty sensitive.
Yeah.
My beak is not okay, guys. And I'm over here poking on it.
Oh man, sorry about that.
Reading those screenshots stressed me out.
Yeah. Somebody said birth mom needs to email. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, no shit.
I would really like people to start sending joint emails. Like if you guys are having problems and you really want fucking help, that's how you're going to get it.
Right. And if you're worried about your partner seeing your email because of the things that you have to say, either one, you're not safe and need to leave because that's going to be our only advice. Or two, you just want to shit talk them and you're recognizing the things that you want to complain about is really just nagging.
Right. The amount of people that write in and just bash their partner the whole fucking time,
yeah.
like that's not something that you're going to be able to get results from us. That's not a situation. We can't make you change who they are as a person or the way that they respond to you. And your side of the story is one of three. It's not helpful. If you can write your side, have them write in what they think the problems are in the relationship, and we can read them, we might be able to be like, okay, here's what's happening. Or if you're a member of our Patreon community and would like to do a couple Zoom call, we do those. We'll be doing those tonight after this live stream. We'll be going live on Patreon, and we have Zoom calls lined up.
Don't we have some super chats to read?
Oh, yeah, we can do that. I was zoning the fuck out. Yep. All right, super chats. Let's see. Starting with, before we even went live,
Oh,
Sabrina resubscribed as a member for 6 months. She said 6 months and forever long to go.
thank you.
Death's Clan signed up. 11 months. Here's to almost being a year membership on YouTube alone. Much love, y'all. I want to just take a second to talk about Death's Clan. You are one of the original people who has emailed in and allowed me to mentor you in a way. And I have watched your growth as a man and like business and marriage and who you've become over the last year. And you've accomplished more than a year than most people will set out to succeed in a 5-year plan. And you've nailed all of it, from raises to working into corporate positions to opening your own business to getting employees. Like if I could mentor people and every single one of them like stepped up to the plate the way that you have stepped up to the plate, I would be a fucking billionaire. Yep. It would be super gangster. All right. Grosser tuna, Gorser tuna, Gorser, Gorser tuna. I don't know. I can't read, guys. 7th grade education. Hey, Chris and Peaches, I appreciate what y'all do. I was just going to say what's up and that if you could shout out my girl and our 1 year. I'm Ryan, by the way. Nice to meet y'all. We did that. I don't know if you sent the super chat before or after, but we did. So shout out to your 1 year. Keep kicking ass. We love that.
Ryan and Jennifer
Yes.
are the names.
Yes, Ryan and Jennifer. Nick Pavey for $5 said Vix is hot. I don't know who Vix is, but I'm glad you think they're hot. SMC8484C said Dirt Bike Buddy in the house. Hope y'all are blessed. Thanks for making my night. Awesome. Thank you for that, Dirt Bike Buddy. You have to change your name on YouTube to actually read Dirt Bike Buddy. And then I'll just always be like, hey, that's my Dirt Bike Buddy.
I want to take a second and thank everybody on TikTok who's sending gifts. I appreciate that.
Yeah. You guys who are watching on TikTok need to come over to YouTube. That's where the party's at.
Word.
Chelsea Twerk, $5. I say thank you all very much, and some of my friends and family say fuck you. I have changed as a person so much since listening to your podcast. Well, your family can say that all they want. Fuck them. You guys evolving, right, and realizing your self-worth and grow. Somebody told me in Discord today that one of the biggest things that they've got from the podcast is that they've grown a spine.
I saw that.
That is fucking huge. When you are no longer a doormat for other people to wipe their shoes on, your entire life is going to change. Your social circle is going to change. Your job structure is going to change. Your ability to ask for promotions and demand your value from people is going to change. Like, that's fucking huge. Jenny became a member for 9 months. Early access said, good evening to the two of the most lovely and genuine people I have the pleasure to know. Can't wait until the next meetup. I'll bring Sour Patch Kids and chips for Steve. Woo woo. Sour Patch Kids. Y'all Sour Patch Kids are so much better than ours. Zach, member for 10 months, early access. Shout out to Jenny. She is a blessing to everyone, myself especially. You are an amazing individual, and seeing the growth in you and how your life is improving is amazing. So I've had some really wild dreams, right? And I've had a lot of crazier daydreams. And we have all these grandioso plans for the podcast and how to make it evolve more into a show and make it more of a production thing and do all of that. And I really want to get to the point one day where this is an actual production. And we have handlers and a PR team and all the people who have been here since the beginning of this that have been a part of this to somehow be an employee, truly under all of this and have people moving from all over the world to come and work. How fucking cool would that be?
That'd be insane.
Yep. We could hire Danish to make us egg rolls every day.
Those strawberry cheesecake ones look fantastic.
Yep.
I've been following the series. I'm starting to think of things that she could egg roll. I voted mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
Oh. I want to make mashed potato balls now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
we gaming tonight?
Are we gaming tonight?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
We won't even be getting home until 10:30.
Oh.
Do you actually want to do the Modern Warfare thing? Zombies? Or are you trying to run me at Tricky?
Yeah, Tricky.
I wonder if that's on Xbox. Because the
You said
Xbox
it's
is
on
hooked up.
PS.
Right, but my PlayStation is in the gym.
Oh, it is.
So she had mentioned the meet and greets. We are looking to do a meet and greet either in March or April in Florida. And then I want to do another one somewhere in the summer in the Midwest or West. If we go to Utah or Arizona or something, I think we should do that. We have a lot of gamers in our Discord. If we start doing zombies, we should do a gaming channel in Discord so that we don't have to try to pick up random people. We could just be all right, guys, we're getting on zombies for an hour. We need a third. Yeah.
Wah wah. SSX Tricky is not on Xbox.
Oh, that sucks.
Zach said Chris doesn't want the SXS Tricky smoke. It's on the PlayStation Store. I'm good at that. Heather said I'll write, clip, and edit. Maybe I can make the summer. I really do think it would be really fucking cool to be able to really have a livable wage based solely off the podcast for everybody we could, you know what I mean?
That would be dope.
For those of you who are curious about the meet and greets, those are all things that are going to be done through Patreon and Discord. That's not something that we're going to just post publicly. And it's posted. We'll do some that are going to be posted way in advance so that people can make tickets. But when we go on vacations and travel, the meet and greets are pop up. We did one in Tennessee with a 6-hour notice.
Yeah, 6-hour notice.
So, it's only 7:00. We have another at least 45 minutes to run. I thought that email was going to take longer.
I thought it would take longer too. Do you want to do another one?
Yeah, let's do something else. I feel weird just staring at the screens.
Okay. I need help with the situationship I'm in. Hi, I am a 21-year-old male, and I've been having issues with a 20-year-old woman that I've been interested in for about 5 to 6 months now, and I desperately need advice. We talked in 2020 and then stopped talking after 3 months because she told me she had unresolved feelings for her ex and didn't end well for us. That math ain't mathin' for me. Were you talking to a minor?
Well, they were both minors. He's 21 and she's 20.
21. Okay, yeah. I don't know why, but my brain processed that as 25, and I was like, Okay, that's a lot better.
Jenny wants to know what your favorite snack is.
My favorite snack? What am I bringing you? Oh, man. I like sweet and salty things. Like a bag of chips, and then, I really like those peach things. Those fluffy peach gummies. Those were good. Fuzzy peach gummies. Very nice.
Somebody said if we ever made it to South Australia, they would like to meet up with us. If we ever go to Australia, just know that it will be to adventure bike in the outback. Like that will absolutely be a thing.
Yeah.
Could you imagine flying across the world, renting an adventure bike and spending like 10 days in a desert jungle area that we've never even seen before?
Yes, I could imagine it.
That'd be fucking crazy.
We'd have to stop midday though because I'm not riding in that heat.
Well, they actually don't, you would think that they ride a lot longer than they do on those adventure trails. They don't.
All right. Back into the email. But she decided to text me in April of 2023 and apologized for how it ended the first time and asked to fix what happened, so I agreed. After about 2 weeks of her asking me to see each other in person, I agreed and it went really well. After that, we continued to talk and see each other more. So a little over 1 month into talking, we both decided to try for a relationship. Opinions on that?
Can you read it again?
Yes.
I heard that they finally met up, but that's where I got hung up.
So after about 2 weeks of her asking me to see each other in person, I agreed and it went really well. After that, we continued to talk and see each other more. So a little over 1 month into talking, we decided to try for a relationship.
I think that you guys just did that so you could sleep together.
Yeah, that, like me personally, if the first time we broke up because she had unresolved feelings for her ex, like, okay, you coming back with the same thing? I'm not trying to... I would need more than 1 month personally to gain that trust back.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's a foundation that needs to be built all over again.
Very quick.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And the only issues I had was her ex still being in her life and all of the guys that she had in her phone.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I have so many people on my phone. I have numbers in my phone from 22 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, because it just transfers every time you buy a new phone. I don't go through there and delete that shit.
I do.
Do you really?
I do, yeah.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
There's like, it'll say like contacts and then contacts by email. There's like 7 of them. There's duplicates. I don't ever clean none of that shit out.
It's too much clutter for my brain.
I don't ever call anybody. I don't ever see this shit. I text the same like 7 people over and over again. So like, I'm willing to bet that I have phone numbers for like the same person for multiple lines that has not been deleted.
Yeah.
I know that's a fact with my cousin
Wow.
because I have to go and find the text messages to find out what number I need to call him on if I try to call him.
Ooh. Oh, my fucking ankle better not have just done the thing.
Did it do the thing?
I think it did. Fuck.
It only happens when you're here. Been walking around playing with the kids.
I know.
What are you doing over there that's hurting your ankle?
I uncrossed my leg.
Well, that's the problem. You need to stop sitting like that. You need to sit like a guy. You need to sit like the Julia Stiles movie where she's the dance chick and she's like,
Oh my gosh.
Save the last dance.
that's how you need to sit from now on so you don't hurt your ankle.
You're going to have to carry me to the car.
It won't be the first time. Zach said, I remember I synced Chris's contacts to my phone once. I panicked so hard.
I remember that, yeah.
That's funny.
Back into the email?
Yes.
So fast forward to 2 months after, she continued to lie about talking to her ex, saying she got rid of him and the guys that were obviously giving her attention when I wasn't around. Decided to break it off due to me having strong morals about the situation. I agree. I would have also left that.
Mm-hmm.
About a week after, she texted me and said she wanted to fix it and said she didn't want either of us to be with anybody else, and I agreed.
I told her too fucking bad.
Yeah, kick rocks.
You had that opportunity and you fucked that up.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep. Go waste somebody else's time.
So at this point, you've been burned by the stove twice. I'm not gonna... You are willingly touching the stove the third time.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's the saying go? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Mm-hmm.
Fool you a third time, you're a fucking idiot.
Since then, she has drugged me through the mud by saying rude things like I'll go get attention from someone else, I can go get any guy I want, etc.
Well, if that was the case, she wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
Right?
She sounds mentally ill.
Be like, you want me to hold the door for you?
Yeah.
You want me to go ahead and go grab your phone and start dialing a number? Mm-hmm. I'll call you an Uber while you're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn, being a kid.
I'm good on it.
Yeah, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
Why would you send an? Anyways.
She has also shown me videos / pictures of her having sex with other men having sex with her before we were together. But I recently found out that after we had an argument and weren't talking, she decided to have sex with her ex-boyfriend that she had just gotten out of a 5-year on and off relationship with before we got together. It was the ex-boyfriend that she had unresolved feelings for 3 years ago. Honestly, don't know what to do with the situation because she said she has finally blocked him on everything and has apologized profusely about what happened.
You're a dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say it. You're a dumbass. I normally do not talk to you guys like that. I normally try to come up with constructive ways to like help you through things or give you like, hey, maybe this isn't the right one. Mm-hmm. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is still happening is because you've allowed it to happen because you're there. Mm-hmm. You think that all of a sudden that all of the foul shit that she's done after like 2 weeks is just not going to be a thing anymore? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Bro, I'm slow on the uptake today. I'm loving it though.
I just don't fucking get it. I don't understand.
They said they were 21 and 20, correct?
Yes.
So this shit was happening when she was 17.
Yeah.
That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Note, we haven't had the label of being in a relationship since I ended it. We have been treating each other like it is a relationship, spending time with each other's families and doing relationship activities, etc. Please, I am begging for help because my feelings have been so mixed up about the situation. I want a straightforward answer on what you believe I should do.
Leave.
Leave.
As fast as you can.
Somebody said this dumpster's on fire. Oh, man.
That was...
I want to take a nap now.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
like that. All right, so we have 45 minutes still. All right, guys, let's do some super chats. I know that a couple more came through. If you guys would like to converse with us and have questions read on the podcast, send them supers. We'll read them.
Yep.
Death Clan said, no, sir, I want to thank you for your mentorship. Not only has it helped me grow as a man, but also as a husband and a father. I'm grateful for both of y'all. So sorry doing both of y'all. Sorry doing start of the work inventory and job assignment. Steven, I love you to death, bro, but reading your messages sometimes is so difficult.
He's doing it on the fly, man. He's a hard-working man, bro.
He's busy. Yeah,
dude.
He also doesn't proofread. Tracy Turner for $5 said, can't wait for the meet and greet. I'm in Florida and in Patreon. So have we decided, that was a face.
I'm in pain.
Are we doing a roller skating thing or you want to do a Dave and Buster's thing?
I want to get my ankle fixed. When are we doing this?
April? March? April?
I want to find out if I need to have surgery,
Right.
and then I'll give you an answer.
Okay. Are you going to actually reach out to a doctor tomorrow
I
then?
am,
Okay.
yeah. This is week 3 of this continuously happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're wearing your brace. So
I
it shouldn't
am.
have been a thing. Yeah. Death Clan said, y'all got screeners for that now. He doesn't have to proofread.
You spelled screeners wrong, Death Clan. Love you, brother.
Yep. That's funny. Mapril. Heather said, get your ankle fixed. Sarah Hill said, I want to know more about the Zoom calls. So if you go to Spotify and search our podcast, Wednesday drops are the Zoom calls. If you are a member of the Patreon and you've sent an email in and you're willing to do a Zoom call, we will read the email live with you on Zoom so that if we have questions, we're not doing hypotheticals, we can actually ask you. You can give your answers and we continue reading the email. It affords a back and forth in real time, which allows us to problem solve. We will do those as a standalone with just you, but if your partner can be involved, we feel it's a lot more productive. I think that the best calls that we've had is when both people have been there. But that is something that we only offer to our patrons. The content is still used. It does go live on Spotify the following Wednesday, but I think it's pretty dope. We've had a couple of really good conversations from that. Kelly O wants to know what happened to your ankle, babe.
I heard it.
She stood up. That's what happened. She uncrossed her legs and tried to stand up.
Crisscross applesauce.
Oh, to be better, y'all want a good check-in email. Do you want a good email about a check-in? You want to finish this one with a decent one since those other two are trash?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Kim CLL said, Chris and Peaches, Hubs hasn't worked much in the last 2 months, and anytime I bring up finances, he says I'm just stressing him because it's a lot of issues between us. Any advice? I'm not trying to stress him. Any advice? Ask him if he'll go over the finances with you. And if you are able to have access to all of that so that you can see what's going on and you don't ask him for things when there is stressful situations. Or ask him how the finances are going before you ask him for something. You know, there are times that I will make a whole lot of payments on things and Peaches will be like, hey, I need money for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, can you wait until Tuesday? Like, you know, it's Sunday. I need to go to the bank. Like, it's just not there right now or whatever the case may be. But that comes down to simple conversations. So what are you doing?
Trying to make myself comfortable.
Would you like me to get you anything? Vicky Best for $5 says, what modalities do you guys use to clear your energy after these connections? Also, bless your hearts. Do you have a story shared? Do you have a story shared? Stay blessed, guys. We pray. We have our faith. That's how we clear ourselves. We give it to God. Jody said, if a guy is mainly texting you about work, is that his way of telling you he's too busy for you? Haven't went out with him yet, but will be this week. Mainly texting you about work.
When are you texting him?
Right. Is he at work? Yeah. Is he a workaholic? Is he a blue collar worker and that's all he does? Like there's a lot of I need to know in that. Mm-hmm. Is he somebody who has zero hobbies? Right? Because like depending on when people text me, it's either going to be e-bikes, it could be the quads, it could be SSX tricky, it could be camera stuff. It could be, hey, we're working right now. But like those conversations will matter into what I'm currently focusing on. So first check-in is what it's called. Somebody said, watching you in the dark and a storm is going on outside here in Scotland. It's a vibe. You guys are so nice to listen to. I'm a little jealous by that. You don't have to fucking rub that in. Don't do that.
Yep.
Dick.
Fucking love Scotland.
Yeah. Yep. That's cool. It's crazy to think that two random people on the internet are talking and people on the other side of the world are listening to us. Scotland, Australia, Japan. Like we have fans all over the place.
Wild.
What you doing?
I'm searching for the email.
He said it's in the dumpster fire folder.
Is it? Okay.
Yep, first check-in and dumpster fire.
Good morning, Chris and Peaches. Well, I told y'all I would let you know how our first check-in went and how they have been going. Our first check-in was 2 weeks ago, Sunday, which is our chosen day because it's our only whole day of downtime together. So we printed off the checklist and have incorporated it into our Sunday evening walks together.
Pause. For those of you who do not know what we're talking about, you can go to our website, tobebetter.co. There is a download there that's, download link, and it has our recommended reading list. It has the check-ins and the kids' check-ins. You can download the PDF, print it off so that you actually have a physical paper there, or you can watch the video that is also on the website that explains the check-ins. That way, if you would like to do what we're about to read, you've got it there. It's all free. Free of charge.
It was fun and refreshing, and even though we are super close, communicate well, and have a great relationship, the check-ins have opened a new avenue of communication. I had previously been in a horribly abusive relationship, and I found it hard for me to truly open up out of fear. That being said, my SO now is amazing, which made the check-in fun and easy to do. He loves and cares for me so intensely. He's more than anything I've ever hoped to have. He always listens, never judges, and is always loving and kind. I was able to talk things out that had been on my mind, that I had been avoiding, due to my past and fear of how my thoughts or feelings would be taken, even though my SHO has always been open and loving. Since I'm fairly new to having good people in my life, it's been eye-opening. He let me know he's truly happy and says I'm the best thing to ever happen to him. The check-ins eased any fear that I had remaining.
How does that make you feel?
What do you mean?
when you hear that from me?
Hear what? That I'm the best thing that ever happened to you? It's a lot to process. Like, you've lived a lot of life.
You calling me old bitch?
No.
I can't work under these conditions.
I don't know. You've lived a lot of life and you know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I see myself as a horribly flawed human being, and the majority of the time I can't stand me. So to hear that I'm the one of the best things that ever happened to you, it's hard for me to fathom. It makes me feel good. Because I have a lot of, like, you are somebody that I'm head over heels in love with, and you're amazing, and it's good to know that somebody I hold in high regard holds me in high regard, even though I don't do it for myself sometimes.
Yeah, I get that.
Was that it? Okay. It was amazing on both parts. We realized we hadn't been doing the important things that we discuss often, such as praying together, exercising together, and the distribution of our roles/jobs in the home and relationship.
It's all super dope.
A little background before I continue. My life has been encased in trauma from an early age. Way too much to get into detail. I was incarcerated for 3 years prior to meeting my SO. We met 4 months after my release, have been together 2 years, and this month I have 3 years sobriety after a 20-year battle with drugs.
Wow. So your life has just done a fucking complete change. That's awesome.
Until recently, the last 2 months, we have both been working full-time, workaholic status, while I maintained all the housework, paid bills, and did my best to spoil him in every way, and yes, he spoils me too. I have several medical/mental issues. I was diagnosed at 21 as bipolar with mania and psychotic features, PTSD, anxiety, and OCD, along with a couple of other diagnoses. After watching y'all, I found a new doctor who agrees it's more BPD, PTSD, and severe anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. That BPD and CPTSD is very, very hand in hand. Very, very hand in hand. There's a lot of times that borderline is misdiagnosed because CPTSD is more prevalent. But that's new. You know, it was not something they've been diagnosing for the last 25 years.
Right. I also have lupus and fibromyalgia. I'm constantly in pain or sick, which can be very frustrating because I'm an active person. Now that I have my life back, I enjoy living life to the fullest, and being a good wife and mother is what brings me joy. Due to my health, I am unable to work in my career in restaurants, as I have done my entire life, and have days where I am physically unable to do anything. On those days, like today writing this, I feel helpless. Like I'm not doing my jobs or not being the person and wife I strive to be. It weighs on my mind heavily. My SO is patient, kind, and compassionate. He always reassures me, never lets me doubt myself, never lashes out in anger, never yells, even if I do. He always encourages me, lifts me up, builds me up, and never pressures me, never puts me down, and always puts me first. Which I've never had, and honestly, in the beginning, it was hard for me to comprehend a truly good man or trust that all his amazing qualities wouldn't change in a year or two, especially after all the trauma in my life. I've spent the last 7 years working on myself, and my boundaries are solid. He has not changed, only gotten better. I have 2 older sons, 21 and 18, and 2 granddaughters, 3 and 1. My SO has no biological children of his own, and due to health reasons, I had a hysterectomy and can't have any more. While I feel he's missing out being with me in that aspect.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, I can't speak for him, obviously, but there's something there about being able to be a parent still, and having them grandbabies would allow that to be a thing.
Right. He doesn't. He is an amazing stepfather, grandfather, and friend to them. And that says a lot. He does everything in his power to help people and me each and every day. Even more so through my bad days, and doesn't hold it against me when I can't be me. He is truly my biggest fan. I expressed to him I wanted to go back to school, get a degree, so I can work from home, be making big girl money like I want to, but knew the bind it would put us in. Our relationship is very 50-50, even with the impending struggles. He stepped up even more to allow me to become a full-time college student at 42.
Oh, wow.
I am in school obtaining my bachelor's degree in business administration with a long-term goal of achieving my MBA degree. He always works hard, never misses work, and takes on any extra work or jobs. He loves and cares for me in ways that leave me speechless or in happy tears. He is my safe place. He is such an amazing specimen of a man with his own share of trauma. He was incarcerated at the young age of 18 and did 21 years flat of incarceration, only to get out at 39 and straight into a horrible marriage and addiction before me. He chose to completely stop using drugs a month before we started dating because I told him no matter how good of a man he is, I refuse to have that in my life. So when I feel upset, frustrated, or angry with him for any reason, I honestly try to just get over it because all of his good outweighs the bad. Then Peaches popped up on my FYP one day, and I have been glued to Be Better since. Listening and seeing the relationship you have and knowing I have that with my SO has given me the confidence and tools to help me work through these moments with him. Instead of shutting down, getting quiet, or just dealing. I then introduce him to y'all, and he enjoys the content and y'all just as much as I do, and it makes my heart sing. Thanks to the check-ins, I have been able to express the things that have been bothering me in a safe place. Our first check-in resulted in us making the check-ins a weekly routine during our walks. We have started doing yoga together every morning. We have planned to make dinner together a few nights a week so he can learn to cook because he wants to be able to help when I can't do it. And he has already gotten much better at helping me do things around the house. During the check-in, I expressed the urgent need for a workspace for school and such, and how important obtaining my degree is to me. He spent the next day after work putting a home office together for me.
That's gangster.
Mm-hmm. I expressed to him how much it meant to me, how important he is to me, and how much it means to me that he always goes above and beyond. It's so freeing to know I can come to him with anything. Having that security in our love and relationship is a feeling and emotion so incredible I can't define. Yes, we are struggling with me not working, but we'll get through this together. It's truly a love language. We have also found out by joining To Be Better, our love languages are almost exactly the same all the way down to the list.
Oh, that shit makes things so fucking easy. Mm-hmm. Because you don't have to think about how am I supposed to love her.
Right.
Right? Like, so because we did the love language test. Mm-hmm. We did the apology language test. We did the personality tests. Like, we're that fucking couple. Like, hey babe, let's take this quiz.
We are.
Yeah, if MySpace was still a thing, it would be like, what movie character are you today, babe? Like, but knowing how I need to love you has made everything a lot fucking easier because like my show love and receive love isn't the same.
Right.
And it's not the same for everyone. So that was actually a really helpful breakdown.
It was.
For those of you who didn't watch that, we have a playlist on the YouTube channel called The 5 Love Languages. Highly suggest that you watch that. It's like a 6-part series. It's like 12 hours of content or something stupid like that. Yeah.
Yep. Back into the email?
Yes, ma'am.
Quality time being number 1, we scored 1 point from each other, and the other 4 we scored in the same order, only 3 to 4 points apart. I believe now this is why we work so well as a couple. We are truly blessed. We are both Christians and very faithful. Now all we need to get into the habit of is praying together every day, but it's coming, I just know it. So to end this, we just want to praise you and thank you for all that you do. Y'all are changing lives and making good ones better. Y'all help us every day in some way or help us see things from a different view. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't have gotten a proper diagnosis on the BPD. Peaches, you help me to be confident being the wife and woman I am. I'm stoked for the women's group, and when Chris speaks, my SO listens attentively, hoping he can make the next men's group. We watch every podcast together, or he will listen on Spotify at work. Thank you both for having the courage, determination, and faith that has brought y'all here to us. Don't ever give up or lose hope, and when you get tired or discouraged, Remember how many people you are helping by doing what y'all are doing. God's got this, and you both are truly making a difference. May God continue to have his hand on you as y'all continue to grow, and just know we'll be here to support y'all any way that we can. P.S. Thank you, Chris, for saying where you get your shirts. My husband is a big fan. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm ordering him some this week. He's going to be stoked. He makes my life a beautiful place to be, and I always look for ways to make his better too. Thank you both for simply being you, and sorry for the length.
That felt good. That was a good feeling email.
That was a good feeling email.
You know, she mentioned the whole prayer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the discussions we had about that?
What do you mean?
Because that was one of the hardest things that I had to do in terms of our faith was to lead us in prayer, because my relationship with God was mine.
Right.
And I talk to God like he's my homeboy. So like we have in-depth conversations where I probably talk to him in ways I shouldn't. So for us to sit down and have a structured prayer where I'm leading my family spiritually, like that was difficult for me. There was a whole lot of fear that came over that. I had butterflies and like was super nervous. Like, what if I don't do a good job? You know what I mean? Like, so that was actually a difficult thing for me to overcome.
You do great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot better since the first time I did it. The first time I'm sure was not as good as the last time, but there was definitely an obstacle to overcome in that.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got a bunch of super chats while you were reading all that. That was a really good email, man. That shit makes me feel really good. Were you about to say something, Steve? Oh, I thought you said something. All right. Novitaz said, by the way, shout out to my new fiance, Jess. By the way, she is the one who introduced me to you guys. I proposed to her on Christmas after 8 years together.
Oh, wow.
Love that. Now is wedding date set? That's what I want to know. You've done the proposal. She said yes, and you're going to get married. What's next? Are we waiting 5 years? Are we getting married in 6 months? Are you sending To Be Better a wedding invitation? Like, I need the details, guys.
Yeah.
Is it steak or chicken?
Yeah. Yo, we got a fucking wedding invitation. We're doing this shit Southern. We got a food truck.
Oh, man. That's cool.
Kim sent another super chat and said, it's more, I ask him why he's not getting work. I am the one who pays everything. I guess he feels he's not being a good provider. I can't ask him anything. He gets mad. It's frustrating. That's the conversation. That's the conversation that needs to be had. When he starts to get upset, be like, look, I understand that you might be feeling something right now, but I don't know what it is that you're feeling. Look, can we explore that so that I can understand what you're going through and maybe I can navigate these waters a little easier next time? Because if he's getting upset with you and you having to respond and navigate around that consistently is going to be very tiring. You're paddling against the current, you know? So that's how I would approach that. And if he's feeling like he's not a good provider and he's not working and he's not trying to get work like that, you know, that could be a fucking conversation that needs to be had. Lorraine sent a super chat. She said, I started a book, may or may not go viral. I really just want my words out there to hopefully help others. I never would have felt valued if it wasn't for you both with your journal, with your leather journal. Lorraine.
She's writing a book.
Yeah, she's writing a book. Yep. Lorraine, it's been a fucking year, right? I'm glad that you have continued to work on yourself, even though you stepped away from the Discord for a little while. And I love to see that you're thriving. That's the goal, right? Like if we're a small portion of people's lives, but that small portion is catastrophic. Not catastrophic. That's bad.
Influential.
An avalanche of greatness. I don't know what I'm looking for. And in the long term, that little bit matters a whole lot. Liliana said, hey, I recently got back into my faith, and one thing I'm struggling with is smoking, not ciggies, because the Bible says to have a sober mind. Any advice? What you got on that one? Because you smoke.
I do smoke. I don't smoke when I have important decisions to make.
Yeah.
I don't smoke when it comes to thinking about business.
Yeah.
If we're having a serious relationship conversation, I'm not going to go smoke first.
This comes down to a perception, right? This is render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. If you view this as an illegal thing, that makes it a sin. But alcohol is legal and you can drink. Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine, and not just a little bit, but like, you know,
Barrels.
barrels.
We're getting lit at this wedding,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. It's not going to be a good wedding. It's going to be a fucking great wedding. You know, and it's not just good wine. It's the best wine. Like
Right.
the best fucking wine.
Sacramental wine.
Yeah. Right. So like, it depends on how you look in that. Did you hear that?
I did hear
I did.
that.
All right. Let me check. You got it?
I got it.
All right. That's one of those things that if you look at cannabis as a medicine and you are somebody who is easily anxious or you use it to calm your mind to properly think, it's a plant. I view that as some. Oh, Sean's here dropping off money. I view that as one of those things that like God gave this to us to use its medicine.
Right.
It's no different than the food that he's created for us to function. Did you open the door and see Sean standing out there? Steve's gonna get on the mic. What's up, dude? Thank you.
Went super hyper vigilant. You hear that? You hear that?
I saw you hike
saw
up those
us, right?
sleeves.
I was getting
Yeah.
ready, and I did the peek behind, and I didn't see because he took up the frame. And I'm like, okay. I'm getting ready, and as soon as I did, I recognized him. Thank God, because that door, you were about to get hit with that door, homie. It would have been something.
I was like, you didn't see me when you peeked out. He's like,
All I saw was black.
That's funny.
Oh man.
You gonna ever come on the podcast?
yeah. I can get over the fact. I don't know. Are you live right now?
Yeah, we are live. Yeah. Reading super chats. All right, moving on to the next one. Kyle Foster said 104 days until she steals my last name. I love you, Kay, even when our girls fluctuate us.
Oh, damn it.
You still have that Star Wars scrolling list in your brain?
No, that's replaced by much larger things that give me anxiety now.
Yeah. Jamie Nicole said, shout out to Steve. Your laugh gets me tickled every time I hear it. Love you all, Bourbon Trail Lady.
Oh, thank you.
Bourbon Trail Lady needs to send us some bourbon. Novitaz said that 9/6/25 is our hopeful date. Got to save up to pay for the ceremony and reception. You could also do the 11th or the 26th of September. Those are both acceptable dates for Peaches and I. I'm just saying, because then we can share something in common with you guys.
Yeah, but the 11th kind of fucked up.
I mean, is it? Could make a good memory out of it so that it's not
Yeah.
something negative attached to it.
I actually, our wedding anniversary is her dad's birthday.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so totally can do that, guys.
Allison Pippin for $10 said 255 days until I marry my best friend. As someone who never believed in marriage, you two have all of my gratitude for restoring that faith. Be sure to keep an eye out for your keepsake invitation. Hey, have you started looking for those books yet?
No.
Okay, I won't ask.
No, I haven't.
Heather became a member for 11 months and wrote, Lost in the darkness created as protection. I was startled by my life to live, not pass by. It crept in slowly and blew away at lightning speed to a future untainted, enduring love and comforting joy. Fucking show off. I guess Heather.
Unnecessary.
God bless her.
Yeah. All right.
Heather, fuck you.
Star Wars.
Oh, Lord.
Jenny said that September 26th is my former wedding anniversary.
Oh. Look at that, babe. You shared something with somebody.
Fucking Zach. You saw that.
Did you see what Zach wrote? Read that out loud, babe.
Choosing the 11th would plainly be a mistake. Kind of awkward to crash that wedding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Womp womp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joanna said, we want Sean. SHAWN exclamation point, then SEAN question mark, then SHAUN question mark.
Third time's a charm, I guess.
Third time's a charm, he said. All right. It's 7:30. We got to go live on Patreon in 30 minutes. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be live over there. So thank you guys for chiming in, reading the stuff. What are you doing over there, Hotness?
I'm in pain and I need to talk to you.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.